Welcome to Chester Zoo. I'm Kim, one of the carnivore keepers here at Chester. Today we're going to have a little look at our sun bears. So we've got 3 sun bears here at Chester Zoo. We've got Mum and Dad, so Milli and Toni, and we've got Kyra, who I don't know whether you'll be able to see her, just at the back eating her watermelon. They've been at the zoo for quite a while now. Milli is was born in 2013. No, sorry, she is 13 years old. And Toni is 15 years old. Kyra was born just a year and a half ago, so she was born on June 13th. So she's still quite young, but she is big. You can see Milli's actually there climbing up one of our trees to get one of the watermelons we've put up. So this is a really natural behaviour for our sun bears. They're really good climbers. They are actually the smallest species of bear. And they are the most arboreal species of bear as well, so they will choose to climb, although Milli seems to be coming down and forgetting that one at the moment. They've got lots of treats and things hidden around their paddock today. We've given them bamboo feeders, which they might have an explore of later. You can see Milli's climbing and trying to smell out all of the food. They do forage a lot, so they are foraging bears, so we try and encourage this behaviour as well, and we'll feed them about 5-6 times a day. So they get plenty of food. This is one of the last feeds of the day. They've probably got another one after this, and then they'll be done for the evening. So currently it's just Milli and Kyra in this paddock. We've got Toni in a separate paddock at the moment, but because Kyra is still quite young, we have left Mum to kind of raise Kyra for this kind of long period of time. She has weaned and everything now, but it's still nice to have Mum's comfort there as well. So Milli's going to show off for you now and get her watermelon. So every Friday we give them a watermelon each, so that's for all of our bear species, including our Andean bears that we have here at Chester as well. We call this on our team a fun fruit, so every day of the week they get something different that's not part of their normal diet. So they might get oranges and grapes, sweet corn, things like that we don't give them on a daily basis, but they do get as a treat. So watermelon is their fun fruit for today. You can see her trying to get it off the tree there. It's gone. So they've got these really big, strong claws as well that help them grip. So as you can see, Milli's showing that off very well just there. She's almost fireman pulling it down the tree. She is very agile, and now she can eat it all off the ground. And Kyra's still enjoying her watermelon above the den there. So sun bears, they have a really long tongue as well. It reaches about 25 centimetres long. This is mostly because they are omnivorous, so they will eat things like bugs as well as fruit and veg, which means in the wild they will go and find like honey and things in crevices and in beehives, so it is really important that they have long tongues for this. Another name for them is actually the honey bear as well. And the sun bears, they do get their name from that lovely chest marking. Hopefully one of them will show it to you in just a moment. But they have the kind of U-shaped chest markings, and they are all unique, but they are supposed to represent the rising sun, so that is where they get their name from. And Milli and Toni, our mum and dad, they are very special bears to us. They're actually rescue bears, so they've come from Cambodia. They were part of the illegal pet trade, so their mums were poached and they were rescued from there and have come to us. I think in 2007 it was they came to Chester, and so they need a lot of love and attention really. They can be quite nervous sometimes because obviously we don't know exactly what their conditions were before they were rescued, but they might have been in confined spaces. So we always have to be really careful when we care for our bears, that we don't make them more nervous than they need to be. So Kyra is going to give you a lovely demonstration here now of how to get bugs out of a bamboo feeder. So I think she's got some mealworms in there today. So as I was saying, they are omnivorous, so she will eat bugs as well. We give them mealworms, crickets and locusts. So it's part of their daily diet. So Kyra, the bear that you're looking at now, she's was the first sun bear cub born in the UK. So again, she is a very special bear. She's, as I say, 1.5 years now. But she'll probably move on to another collection or something at some point to hopefully be a breeding bear herself. She's not quite at that age yet. She's not reached sexual maturity. So as I said, we're keeping her here with Mum for now.
Good. That's fine, sorry.
Another threat to these bears as well is deforestation. So they're from Southeast Asia, so countries like Cambodia and Vietnam, places like this, and basically forest has been taken over by palm oil plantations. So a lot of things in our shopping trolleys include palm oil, so particularly bath and shower products and things like peanut butter and Nutella, things like that, have palm oil in them, which, so long as it's sustainable, it is okay. So basically what's happened is people have deforested big areas and created these palm oil plantations, which are very uniform plantations and not ideal for growing other natural vegetation. And also it's not ideal for wildlife to actually live in. So it has affected many different species, some bears obviously only being one of them. It's affected things like our tigers, which I think you're going to hear about a little bit later, and also orangutans are a big species that are threatened by this. So if you're ever looking in what you're buying in the supermarkets, if it has sustainable palm oil, that's the one to get. And that means that they're using already plantations that have been created for palm oil. They're reusing those plantations, so no extra forest is being cut down. Yeah, she's given a good display here of this bamboo feeder, which is great. Milli's climbing at the back again. Another huge threat to this species is hunting. You can see their lovely big paws there. That is actually a delicacy in some of these Southeast Asian countries, so they'd have things like bear paw soup, Thankfully nothing like that will ever happen to our sun bears. They are perfectly safe here at Chester, and so they have the best life that they can have while being here. They can also be hunted so that they get bile from the gallbladders. This is supposed to be used for medicinal purposes, however there's no scientific evidence that this is actually true. So it's they are extremely vulnerable where they live in the wild. She's moved on to the next mealworm bamboo. She's going to hog all the mealworms. You want to see what Toni's up to? Yep. So we're going to move over to our male sun bear as well. As you can see, we've got all of this lovely public space that you probably are aware of. We've got a nice indoor area for them as well, lots of climbing facilities there as well. And then here's Tony's paddock, so he's out showing his best bamboo feeder skills as well. So he's got an interesting bamboo feeder. It's split into 3 different compartments, so you can't get all the bugs out of one hole, he has to get it out of 3 separate holes. So it'll take him quite a while, I imagine. It's also a lot heavier, but Tony can manage it. He's a strong bear. He's got these massive upper body muscle, like the girls have as well, which is particularly good for their climbing. As you can see, his paddock looks a little bit different as well. He does have a pool in it, which is quite nice, especially for days like this, where the weather is getting a bit warmer. Sometimes put floating fruit in, so that you have to fish them out, bob the apple. So it provides lots of nice enrichment opportunities for us to give them different things to do. And what a lovely day it is. So because we've got the indoor paddock as well, it means that we can split their time share of it. So Tony will get it every second day, the girls will get it every second day. It just means it's a little bit more variety for them. Obviously on such a nice day like today, they probably will spend most of their time outside anyway, but it does give them more options and gives us more options as keepers as well, to do some more exciting things for them. So I think we're going to move you on to the tigers. I think that's supposed to be at 3, have to. So yeah, hopefully see you there, or someone else will. Keep safe.